Hi, this is White Peppa, and this is your NXT Takeover 25 review, and it starts now.
Welcome to KBW.
This is your NXT Takeover 25 review. So, the big question will be answered. Will I, White Peppa, retain my NXT Predictions Championship so that every Thursday you beautiful people can see this beautiful face give you only the best NXT reviews for the week?
Or will
Garbage.
people see the real beautiful face of this podcast give you the new weekly update of the NXT review along with everything else that I do for this podcast?
The dog is down there, so that's the most beautiful face here.
So, you know what? Well, we hop in to see who won. You want to do it now or you want to wait till the end? You want to
Let's do it first.
Okay.
Let's give the final scores,
Okay.
and then we'll go over.
So, since you're the reigning champ, do you want me to review your score at the end?
Yes, as a champion, I
Okay.
deserve second review.
Okay.
So please announce your score first.
Your boy. This was disrespectful. Somebody got a total of 55 points.
55. That is huge for someone who
Right.
spelled Matt Riddle's name wrong.
I also...
He spelled him as Matt Tittle.
we left because it was fun. I also picked against Shayna Baszler, which I knew was going to get me wrong. That got you the points. I think it's where I think you're going to get the points, but we'll see what's the Peppas out of here, because the reigning champ has to be revealed. Drum roll, please. And White Peppa has 61 points. So you're reigning, defending
I will take this.
weekly review until August 31st when we do NXT Takeover UK. Mr. White Peppa. So, sorry, I had a little cough there. I apologize for that.
Goldie's back.
You never left.
I was nervous because Goldie was sitting out there. She looked sad, but guess what? Back where it belongs. So far, guys, as we've noticed during
was that big of a loss?
during the pay-per-view reviews, we can't seem to take each other's title.
Not yet.
You're the only one to take a title.
I am. Currently, I am the only one to take the title.
I'm the Grand Slam champ. I've owned everything, including wherever our other. Where's my third championship?
I don't know what you do with the
Where
patch.
is my patch championship?
You're supposed to take it to the belt.
I'm out of here.
You didn't take it to the belt. I think you slackened. But we have a new championship coming up.
And my AEW
We
championship.
have our fake championship up. Do you have it? Where's our fake championship?
Oh, it's
Right there.
Hold
So for our, which you'll get into in our episode review on episode 17, but for a Super Showdown, we may do rock paper scissors at the end of the day. We don't want to give it any respect, basically.
Right, we didn't want to give it too much of a championship since it's the stupid Saudi show. So we were going to give him Ben Simmons.
But Ben Simmons happened to fall. So
You get Ben Simmons' feet.
So the winner will get Ben Simmons' feet. So
This
that
is
will
online.
be. We will put this
Ben Simmons'
online.
feet.
We will talk about it again in KBW episode 17, which will be recorded right after this.
By the way, it's going to be very weird when you're going to see someone with a belt and Ben Simmons' feet.
Ben Simmons' feet.
So far we have two belts, Ben Simmons' feet, and a patch.
That's where we're at right now.
Guys,
we're
pretty rad.
we may have something else come up later on.
Yeah, it's getting
Who
there.
knows? So let's get into the review of NXT, and since your NXT review weekly champion, now predictions champion, continuing, I will let him get into these. So the first match was Matt Riddle against Roderick Strong.
First of all, this was very weird in general. Consistently seeing Undisputed Era's music go off because they were in like
Every match.
Was there a match that they weren't involved in other than Shayna Baszler?
And the Velveteen Dream Tyler Breeze match.
Otherwise, they were in every fucking match.
Unless Tyler Breeze joined Undisputed Era and I missed it somewhere along the way.
I'd be down for it. Love me some Tyler Breeze. So yes, Matt Riddle and the what do they call him? The Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roddy Strong. This match was very good. I was really excited to see a match, another one where Undisputed Era does not get involved.
It was great to not see interference. It was great to see actual wrestling and fighting.
Yes, and them two went
which is what we talked about with AEW last week in the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
It was
a lack of
fighting,
interfering. There's
lack
no
of interfering. And I think Triple H took that one to heart. But I mean, usually in general, at the NXT Takeovers,
NXT Takeovers are amazing. You don't really have to worry about them the same way.
And I'm not trying to bash. I'm saying usually Triple H is pretty good about that.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was great to see. It was actual fighting. It was no interference. It was who was a better man, and they actually told a story. I mean, there was a story being told during this match because it was Roderick Strong going at, was it his back? At Matt Riddle's back?
A lot of
which didn't help. He wasn't able to pull up a couple of his moves somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
they kept it to the tune of that, which I thought was really, really good.
Yeah, that was a tremendous match to start off because that shit got you. I got you going from the jump. From Jump Street.
15-minute match between the two of them.
A nice 15-minute and a lot of hard kicks and backbreakers and oh my god, some of the stuff they did to each other was just like, how are they not dead? There was a lot of, in Morrow's words, a lot of Mamma Mia moments. Okay? A lot of times you just scream, Mamma Mia!
Yeah.
So that was a great match, and of course, my man, the original bro, comes out and wins this. Now Matt Riddle, I will root for till the end of time, because he continuously comes out and says he wants to be the one to retire Brock Lesnar. He wants to retire
the UFC guy retires the UFC guy?
He said, I want to retire Brock Lesnar.
That's original.
And I want him to retire Brock Lesnar.
I like to retire
Maybe
Brock Lesnar.
before the showdown.
Goodbye. See you later.
But Matt Riddle is in my heart for that. And the fact he wears slides out to the ring and just kicks them at people. It's very... He literally just double kicks the slides. I probably would fall every time I try to do that. So that's talent in itself. Let alone
also a UFC fighter.
Yeah, let alone all the actual talent he has. I'm more excited about the guy who kicks some sandals off.
You would be open to that, Peppa.
Damn right. Actually, that wasn't even what started it off. Actually, because the ladder match was the first match.
The ladder match was the third match in.
I was very excited to see that was what started it. They let it go from Jump Street. They got you going with the ladder match.
I really just wanted the one.
Because Tyler Breeze went after that, Shayna Baszler, and then they hit me with Adam Cole.
Adam Cole's that.
So the Undisputed Era. We're gonna go with the ladder match next. We'll come back to Velveteen Dream and Tyler.
So that was the third match. That was the Velveteen Dream match. Okay. So I just wanted to switch around, but
ladder match for the the vacant NXT Tag Team titles.
I will say that not being after seeing Money in the Bank, let's start there. After seeing Money in the Bank and the ladder match that was put on there, which I thought was very well produced by
that was a very good match.
The men and the women. I thought it was very produced by men and women. So I was like, all right, what's NXT going to do with this? These are guys who aren't as experienced. We saw people getting dropped on top of stuff. Pep decided to drop in and out. It's obviously raining today. It's raining on his parade since he is the champ. I'm going to let him rain. So for these young guys to be able to come in, look, man, we were good.
They're done. Whatever.
You dropped wrong. You got his hands. You got the knees. My thing was to see these guys come in and actually perform as if they were on a main roster. I thought was beyond any expectation that you could have seen from anybody here. I think that was the biggest thing I took away from this match. You could go to the rest of it. I thought that was excuse me. I thought that was the biggest takeaway. Man, I'm losing my voice.
They all took some tremendous chances in this match. There were some ladder moves out there that first of all, the amount of times they just threw ladders at each other was monumental. I've never seen people physically throw ladders.
After they saw Finn Balor
so they did it too.
The ladders like 17 times. Money in the Bank. I think they learned from that one. And then Ricochet getting put through the ladder.
They used...
I'm pretty sure it was him, right?
I want to say... Oh, it was Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly was basically the Finn Balor of this match. He had this gash in his back that he put on Instagram afterwards. It was so large because about literally the first four, not that wasn't the only four times that ladders hit that poor man. But the first 4 times that man's hit the ladder, each time there was a different cut on his back. He had a ladder thrown at him. He had a ladder dropped on him. He was just physically beat with ladders. And then they all came together. That was, I think, one of the coolest parts of the entire thing. Now, Jackson Riker came in to interfered. Obviously not part of the match. He's the third member of Forgotten Sons, but no DQ, so he can do what the hell he wants.
Yeah, basically.
So he's out there knocking people down and just messing everybody up to try to get Forgotten Sons that title.
Yeah.
So he starts locking it down, and suddenly everybody's just tired of it. So they all get up. Every team. This is teams who hate each other. So Undisputed Era gets up. Only Lorcan and Danny Burch gets up. The Street Profits get up. They all get in the ring and just have a stomp session. And they stomp this dude out. And then once he's laying on the ground, they all unitedly have a ladder. They pick it up, and they're just going like this. Just literally just beating the ever-living hell out of Jackson Riker. And that dude's the scariest dude I've ever seen. As far as muscles, like
these guys.
he is ripped. Like, I think he could beat up everybody and then take your wife from him. Like, he's a dangerous fella. I don't want anything to do with him.
These guys didn't really care.
No, they beat the living hell out of him. But I thought it was the coolest part because, like, literally, they all beat each other. They all beat this dude down, right? Like,
and then sort of
like, as soon as the ladder's down, like, they literally turn away from the ladder and just start messing each other up all over again. Seriously, they're like, I liked it. Like, they literally had the lines for, like, 8 seconds.
Yeah.
But then didn't forget about it and, like, high five or anything. Like, as soon as it was done, like, all right, well, we still got to win this match. And just start effing them up. So, that was a great match, and I thought that for sure that the Forgotten Sons were going to win this match, but what wound up happening was actually what I wanted to happen.
Yeah,
I thought the Forgotten Sons was going to win, but I really thought it was the time for Street Profits to get their I
didn't think he was going to give them their opportunity. That's why I didn't go with them.
They're at their peak, but I thought Forgotten Sons was going to wind up getting this one, but. It was awesome. I see Montez Ford get to the top and take off those belts.
Yeah.
And come down. Yeah, we can say belts, Vince. They aren't just things that hold up your pants. And they were drinking their num juice out of their red Solo cups. That was a good party going on there. So congrats to the Street Profits. They are your new NXT Tag Team Champions.
And they deserved it.
Yeah, well deserved. Next up, we had the match of the Pretty People, the Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze.
You know, my favorite part of this match was in the middle of the match, Velveteen Dream took Tyler Breeze's phone and took a selfie.
Yeah, he just started like, he said selfie with the champ. I was like, this dude is awesome. Hilarious.
They take a picture of it anyway.
At the end, after as assumed, Velveteen Dream's not going to lose to Tyler Breeze.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think. I think they're finally bringing Tyler Breeze back to NXT.
Yeah, Triple H said
because Vince wasn't using him.
Triple H said he is staying, so he's not done there. So I think this is going to be like the start of something new, where a lot of those underutilized guys that Vince brings up and then disappears. He's going to start bringing them back to like.
So you say House Black's going to come back?
No, he's being utilized perfectly well, making weird vignettes on SmackDown to tell someone to come fight him, but nobody wants to come fight him. Why won't someone just come fight him? You act like you never seen him. We saw him for like 8 weeks.
We did, and I haven't seen him since.
God damn it. Anyway,
hey, listen, I'm still waiting for Dominic to come out of Samoa Joe's son. He's already Eddie.
That's too obvious.
Eddie Guerrero's son, and why is this?
It's too obvious, man. Hey, we thought Chad Gable was going to be Kurt Angle's son, and then they picked Jason Jordan instead. Instead, he was having interracial relations. Like, Vince is full of it.
He's back.
Hi, my phone said, let's reset.
You see, you don't say the Samsung. Just want to point that out. Apple, yep.
It lasted more than 3 minutes.
So, we were talking about Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze.
Yes. So, this was a very good match. It started off slow.
We were talking about Velveteen Dream, how Tyler Breeze is going to come back and he's going to bring more and more guys back, it seems like.
I hope so.
Okay, so back to the match, yes.
So, Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze started off a little bit slow for me, but once it got going, it was great as ever. Tyler Breeze they had him selling, well, I don't know if he was selling it or not, but he had blood coming out of his ear. So there were certain moments in the match where it looked like his equilibrium was not just off, he was like running to the wrong side of the ring. So I'm hoping he was just playing that off and he really just didn't forget everything that was going on. But
that means he got really bad.
Yeah, bleeding out your ear.
That's not a good thing.
No, that's not great.
Bad.
That's not pretty at all. You're definitely not gorgeous. So this was a very good match. How long did this one wind up going? Did they say?
That I don't know.
Well, you have it on this thing, right?
No.
Oh, they don't have that one. I mean, I felt like it was a good
just
20
the
minutes. It
other
was a
one,
nice long match.
50-20, I would say that's what it was.
I'm glad. I think that there is a rematch coming.
I guarantee there's going to be a rematch coming.
But
there has to be.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Velveteen Dream continues his reign as U.S. champion, and as my friend Disrespectful over here has said, yes, as Mr. Disrespectful pointed out earlier, they then took a selfie together, but as usual, because much like his name, Velveteen Dream was disrespectful by then giving him the fucking this thing, little whooshy thing.
16. It was a 17-minute match roughly.
Yeah. So he did his little thing and walked right past him afterwards and said that's a selfie with the champ or something like that. So I feel like it's not done.
No.
But a great match. I love seeing Tyler Breeze actually being allowed to perform.
Wait, there was pre-matches for that?
Pre-match. There was no pre-matches. Unless it was dark matches.
That must be dark matches. Yeah.
So then after this, we get into the ladies. So fellas, watch out. Here come the ladies.
Here comes Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai.
So this match was very good. Io Shirai is
12-minute match. It was actually
a crazy aerial genius.
She is.
They don't call her a genius of the skies for nothing. This was a very good match, but I mean, at the same time, I really never, at no point did I think Baszler was losing a title.
It doesn't. So after looking at it, I mean, I picked Io Shirai because I really just want Baszler to lose the title.
Yeah, which is not happening yet.
I don't think you're gonna see. After we talked, after we had to pick, we've been talking. I don't see her losing the title at all until, if at all, Ronda Rousey comes back next year.
They have to have something. There has to be a reason to bring her up for her to lose a title, because otherwise she's useless. You know what I'm saying? Like in NXT, I mean, because like there's not much you can do because she's already lost the title once and gained it back. She lost it to Kairi Sane and then won it back from Kairi Sane. So if she loses it again, it's gonna have to be because she's going up. Otherwise, it's just weird. She keeps losing titles but can't get up to the main roster. So, of course, Shayna Baszler wins this match, but that wasn't actually the story of the match. Now, obviously, her girls came out.
Desiree Duke and Maria
Shafir.
Shafir.
They came out to do their usual, interfere, get in the way.
But the match was already over at that point.
And so whatchamacallit came out to even the odds. Here comes Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae in her jeans looked really well when she performed. She performed well. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Performed well.
You heard it.
She performed well. So she came out to help. And then obviously Shayna Baszler still puts her to sleep. But as Shayna Baszler is, getting excited here that she had won the match, Io Shirai snaps.
Beat the living.
I've never seen kendo sticks actually like shatter.
Yeah,
but she shattered it over Shayna Baszler. She was out in the ring, and then she came outside and started beating up the other women with it.
Yeah, she went nuts. I was so happy to see Io Shirai snap. I really was.
Yeah, it was good.
It was awesome.
It was good to see. Like,
she put on a show.
Like Candice LeRae was looking at her like, "What? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I was looking at Candice LeRae like,
"You okay?"
Like Johnny Gargano that much? Like, how much of a husband is he?
Not good enough. We'll find out what happened in his next match.
Way to go, loser. So
disappointed my brag on my face on this.
So Shayna Baszler
Maybe I don't like him.
Wins the match and continues her reign of evil. With her girl Jessamine Duke and all them other peeps. So then we have the match of the night. We have
Adam Cole,
baby,
and Johnny
champion Gargano. So
this 32-minute
match was very long, but it didn't feel long because there's so many good spots in it.
No, they did. They put on a show. I was very, very impressed with the show they put on.
Yeah, Gargano Cole like 2 was as good as Cole Gargano.
Fall 1, 2, 3.
Now see, this is what I. This is something as I was using this match, right? As I was watching that match, this is why I came to a conclusion with between the difference between NXT and WWE. Actually, a question, right?
Okay.
So it seems like no matter who they put up against each other in these one-on-one matchups for championships, a extraordinary match is delivered.
Yes.
Like, regardless. Because before, if you say, okay, when Gargano and Ciampa are going at it, them two are just really good with each other in the ring. That's understandable. Like, if you see AJ Styles and he goes up against Seth Rollins,
that was a great
that's
match.
a great match because they're good. But I rarely see, there is a dog over there. I thought she was out of the room.
I thought she was trying to join the winners.
She's thinking about it. So, doesn't matter what match they put together, as far as guys who've never seen each other, guys who have. These matches on the takeovers are all just like, they are 4 to 5 star matches, almost guaranteed.
They put on a show.
And these two put on a show that I hope to hell there's a Cole Gargano 3.
I just want to see. I don't even care if Cole keeps the title. I think it was a great match.
I want to see them keep it going.
I think this match is better than their free fall.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a better match. Everyone goes, that was the best match of the year. I'm sorry, I think it's beat it.
Well, put it this way, they have 2 Match of the Year nominees, and it's both of them.
Yeah.
You know, so Cole and Gargano left it all out there. We had the Gargano escape get put on by Adam Cole. Then Adam Cole hit Johnny Gargano hit Adam Cole with Adam Cole's finisher as he kicked him dead ass in the back of the head. He did I keep calling it the Tequila Sunrise, but whatever the hell his shit's called.
Yeah, I remember.
It's whatever the city in Colorado or city in California he's from. So he hit it off the apron at some point. He jumped off the apron and it's that crazy sunset flip basically, and then lands in almost a pile driver motion. Hit it on the floor on Gargano. So he thought, okay, cool, he's out then. Pulled him in the ring. There's so many like 2 3/4 counts. Like they really drug it out. It was great how close he's. And you're sitting there like, I don't know when they're gonna be able to win this thing. Who's winning this? Super kicks. There's like 77 of them, and at the end of the day,
there's 14 near falls in this match. 14.
Yes, and it was that competitive, man. At the end of the day, it was Adam Cole, baby, finally getting the grand. He is now the only person outside of Johnny Gargano to have the Grand Slam titles in the NXT, as he has held the U.S. title, he has held the tag title, and the world title. They're the only 2 to do that.
The U.S. title?
Yeah, the
North American title.
American, same thing. Same thing.
No, the U.S. title's what Rey Mysterio just gave up on Raw.
The NXT one.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's like the NXT UK title says WWE UK title, but the women's one says the NXT title. Like there's no NXT on that title. On the UK Championship it says WWE.
That's funny.
So it's confusing to me. But
they're confusing.
So they put on a giant classic Takeover 25 in my opinion, and obviously after coming off of Double or Nothing where that was a tremendous show, I'm still giving the nod to NXT Takeover 25
same here.
To beat AEW's Double or Nothing, but you got to take into consideration with Double or Nothing that it was their first show.
I mean, the storylines weren't as
the storylines are built in 10-minute blocks on a YouTube show.
Yeah,
which is a little different than getting an hour a week on television. So,
and the production obviously is better. They've been doing it for so long. So
Takeover was amazing as always. Triple H did what he does best and isn't performing.
And that is producing shows.
So I don't. So it's not even at this point. It's comparable though. I'll give that. I think that AEW and NXT is going to be comparable with WWE sitting in the backseat shitting their pants.
Yeah, except in NXT we get as many pay-per-views from NXT as we do from AEW at this point.
Yeah,
like
every couple months.
4 or 5. Our next one's 31st.
Yeah.
Which is the same day as NXT's All Out, or AEW's All Out, which is the same as New Japan Wrestling pay-per-view. That's going to be pay-per-view review weekend is what that's going to be.
Is this our last one coming up? No.
No, we stopped here.
Oh, God. Well, let's get over this because, guys, guess what? You're going to see us again in like a heartbeat because we got to go over the main show.
We got to go over the main shows of Raw and SmackDown. Soon we'll have to go over SmackDown because on Fridays...
I don't know. What time are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that?
We'll review it the following week.
Oh, last week's SmackDown was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know. Maybe the WWE champion has to...
Right, we'll do one.
The prediction has to do the SmackDown, then, I guess.
Yeah, and then
we all know who's going to hold this title still. I'm going to defend this title till NXT UK, I will be the belt and the bottom and the bottom feet of Ben Simmons at the end of the day.
He's gonna be the footy champion.
And we got the past champion and the
I'm
footy
the
champion.
past champ.
Let's go, yeah, just like that. Sit on the belt. So guys, that was your NXT Takeover 25 review.
Yeah.
You like that? 25?
I see what you did there.
You see
But
that?
you
I
also
did
look
the very
like
beginning.
Undisputed Era.
I also did the very beginning.
Boom! So we're gonna
From us here at KBW,
Hi, how are you? We're going.
he's gonna hide his belt because it is nothingness.
It's so heavy.
NXT is just what it is. The
So heavy.
prediction champ is kind of garbage. So we would like to bid everybody here at
Adieu.
KBW adieu. Goodbye. And good night.
Night.
Bang.
Bang!